비선실세 최순실 관련 의혹을 수사 중인 검찰이 피의자 신분인 박근혜 대통령에게 오는 29일까지 대면 조사에 응할 것을 재요청했습니다.
Prosecutors investigating suspicions related to influential behind-the-scenes figure Chae Soon-sil requested President Park Geun-hye to be questioned as a suspect in person by November 29th.
중국 정부가 한국과 일본이 직접적인 군사정보 공유를 위한 군사비밀정보 보호협정을 체결하자 한반도 대립을 격화시킬 수 있다며 우려를 표시했습니다.
China expressed concern that the signing of the General Security of Military Information Agreement, a treaty that allows Korea and Japan to directly share military intelligence, will aggravate conflict on the Korean peninsula.
교육부가 앞으로 학교생활 기록부 기재 방식을 결과 중심에서 학생의 성장 및 학습 과정 중심으로 개선한다고 밝혔습니다.
The Ministry of Education announced that entering school transcripts and records will focus more on a student's development and learning process than results.
기상청은 오늘 아침 남해안을 제외한 대부분 내륙 지역에 영하권 날씨가 이어질 것으로 전망되는 만큼 건강관리에 각별히 유의할 것을 당부했습니다.
The Korea Meteorological Administration predicts that with the exception of the southern coast, sub-zero temperatures will persist in most of the inner parts of the nation and has asked the public to pay particular attention to one's health. And those are your headlines for this Thursday morning. That was the voice of Kwan Young-ji-님. Thank you very much. 좋은 아침입니다.
좋은 아침입니다.
And Peter Bint is here as well. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, very, very chilly. Colder than yesterday.
Yes, exactly. And that's why the Korea Meteorological Administration says that people should be paying particular attention to their health these days as the temperatures do drop and drop and drop and drop, right?
Yeah, and the lower your body temperature, the worse or weaker your immune system is. So it's good advice.
Yes, exactly. I was asking you a couple of days ago about your activities with your kids when the weather gets cold. But what about your own personal activities when the weather gets colder? Are you a wintertime, maybe, I don't know, sports person? Or what do you like to do in the wintertime?
My activities remain exactly the same all year round. I do no exercise, 365 all year, 12 months a year. Seriously, with kids, it's so hard to get a chance. I used to go jogging in the evenings, but now, I don't know, I'm quite busy in Korea at the minute, so I just want to go to sleep.
What about getting something like a treadmill or something for the home?
I know what's going to happen. I know that is going to become a clothes horse within a month or two.
Oh, yes, it becomes a clothes hanger, an extra closet.
It's just going to take up space. What about you, Steve? Do you do a lot of outdoor stuff in the winter as well?
Well, in the winter time, I used to go snowboarding a little bit.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, oh, really?
That was so fun in Korea, right? It's so close to Seoul.
Yeah, well, depending on where you go,
Sure,
of course.
sure.
Yeah. Are you a good snowboarder?
No. My butt really ached after a weekend of snowboarding.
You know, they have pads for that, you know.
I did see that, yes. I never tried it.
But the last time I went snowboarding was a couple of years ago. And what happened was I was going down the mountain, and I'm not a great snowboarder, but I can go down and I can do all the turns and things like this. But what happened was I was turning on the front part of the board.
Yeah.
So I was turning the forward way, if you know what I mean.
That's a little bit scary.
And when I was turning, the front part of the board got stuck in the snow.
No.
And I started to go forward over the top. And I could feel the ligament in my knee on the right side. I could literally feel it stretching.
Like it's slow motion.
Like it was slow motion. And that's the knee where I had 2 knee surgeries.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
So I could feel it stretching, stretching.
Yeah.
And at the last moment, I was certain it was going to go pop.
Right.
At the last moment, the board came out of the snow.
Nice.
And I landed on the ground. But It kind of scared me though, if I'm honest.
Sure, if you get a big ligament injury.
Yeah, so I couldn't walk for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And after that, just a little nervous about going snowboarding again. But, I think I might be over it, so maybe this year will be the year to go back.
Give it another try.
Yeah, why not, right? You can't live your life scared. That's what they say,
not
right?
at
All right, let's get going. Where can everyone find the headlines and more today?
You can come over to the website or you can download the Bandy application. Both feature the day's 방송 내용, so as well as listening, having fun, you can read and practice. 꼭 기억하세요. 인터넷이나 스마트폰 어플 반디 다운로드 하시면 전 세계 어디서나 EBS 라디오 들을 수 있습니다. This is about a 9-year-old boy who saves his baby brother with an awesome catch.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
You have a quiz question first.
Yep, so if someone is small, they are said to be beep-sized. Is that number 1, pint-sized, or number 2, ton-sized?
One more time, please.
So if someone is small, they're said to be beep-sized. Number 1, pint, or number 2, ton.
Thank you, Peter. If you know the answer, put it on our Bundy board, use Kakao Talk, or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We are giving away a Moonhwa Sampungwan. All right, so a boy saves his brother from a very dangerous situation.
A 9-year-old boy saved his baby brother from a very nasty fall after miraculously catching him after the baby rolled off a changing table. The pint-sized hero is being praised by all around him, but has no idea how he performed the amazing catch.
Boy, how lucky is this, huh?
Really lucky. It could have been a nasty accident.
We have a clip.
Joseph, how could you move so fast to save your little brother?
Well, I really didn't know how I ran that fast because I'm never actually able to run that fast.
But now, Joseph, we know just how fast you are. What was it like? I mean, what were you thinking when you were holding your little baby brother in your arms?
I was really, really, really nervous because I didn't know what had happened, and then I started crying because then that's when I asked my mom what happened.
Right, and if you're not watching Poinen Radio, we'll describe it to you. The baby was on a changing table. Yeah. And the baby rolled off the changing table and no one was next to it. And then the little brother comes running over out of nowhere. Yeah. And right before the baby hits the floor, he catches him in his arms.
It was just like an instinctive thing for him to do. He wasn't even thinking about it.
Well, he is now a pint-sized hero that is all over the internet and television, right?
That's right.
And radio, too, we should say.
Yeah, in Korea. I bet he doesn't know.
That's right.
So he's pint-sized. So a pint in the UK is like what you serve beer in terms of the volume. So it's a smallish glass. So pint-sized just means very small, especially when you're talking about people or animals. 아주 작은다는 뜻이죠.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about people and using the term pint-sized, you should be talking about children.
Yes.
Because if you're talking about an adult, it's not a very nice...
It could be offensive.
It could be. But we can use this to talk about other things as well. For example, a smart car. Well, maybe you don't know what a smart car is. So if I described it to you, I would say a smart car is like a pint-sized version of a regular-sized car.
I see.
Yeah, so pint-sized simply means smaller in comparison to something else, right?
Yeah, in comparison to the norm, I guess. So like a Wendy house in someone's garden is a pint-sized version of a normal house.
What's a Wendy house?
A Wendy house is like an outdoor playhouse for kids in the UK.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know why we call it a Wendy house.
Those are fun, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this little boy, he is a pint-sized hero, right? Smaller in comparison to your Batmans and your Supermans and your things like this.
Normal heroes.
Right? That's right. All right, let's hear the story once again.
A 9-year-old boy saved his baby brother from a very nasty fall after miraculously catching him after the baby rolled off a changing table. The pint-sized hero is being praised by all around him, but has no idea how he performed the amazing catch.
Thank you very much. Now the answer to your quiz question, please.
If someone is small, they are described as number 1, pint-sized.
And the Moonhwa Sampungwan will go to Kim Dan-ah Nim. Congratulations to you and enjoy your prize. I used to talk a lot. If you can
Really?
if you can imagine that. And my teachers used to tell me in class, Steve, be quiet. Steve, be quiet. Steve, be quiet. But look now.
Yeah.
Look what happened.
You should go back and
My
say,
mom, we used to play a game in the car.
yeah.
Yeah, it was called Let's Who Can Be Quiet the Longest.
I can just imagine your parents.
But hey, look, if your kids are super talkative,
Yeah.
you should encourage that because they may grow up to be radio announcers halfway across the world.
Exactly.
See?
Look
So-
at this successful case.
So that's my answer. What turned out to be an insult as a child turned out to be a compliment as an adult.
It's worked out well.
It has worked out well so far.
Yes.
News story number 2 today.
It's about a 5-year-old girl who's taught a class at college.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You have another quiz question first.
If someone is in charge of something, you say they run the beep. Is the beep number 1 potato or number 2 the show?
Once again, please.
So if someone is in charge, do they number 1 run the potato or number 2 run the show?
Thank you very much. If you know the answer, put it on our Bundy board. Use Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We're giving away another Munhwa Sampungwan. All right, so a 5-year-old is teaching university courses.
A 5-year-old was allowed to run the show at a state college in the US as part of a self-esteem program for girls. She taught students the importance of proper uniform and to put their phones away during class, among other things.
This is cute. We have a clip from this as well.
A surprise to you, but this 5-year-old wants to be a teacher. Journey Johnson got to take over a classroom at Grambling State University in Louisiana, and she wasn't easy on the students. She made sure the students weren't wearing hats and even told them to put their cell phones away, otherwise she would have them confiscated. Little Journey taught the students about bullying and math and even showed off her dance moves.
Oh, that's cute, isn't it?
Super cute, but if she's that strict at 5,
Yeah.
I'd hate to see her at 30.
Well, she was definitely running the show in that classroom.
Yeah, so to run the show, I don't know, you can think of many different types of show, maybe at the theatre. There's a director who is in charge, so they are said to run the show, which means to be in charge or dominate a project or undertaking. 뭐를 운영하다, 꾸려나가다.
Sure, but it doesn't have to be a show.
No, not at all.
It can just mean that you are the boss
Yep.
in a particular situation. So if I asked you, Peter, who runs the show in your home?
I am contractually obliged to say my wife.
Your wife runs the show. I think a lot of husbands would say that their wife runs the show in their home. Now, your home is not a musical. It's not a movie. It's nothing like that. So think about show as not in the typical sense of the word,
not
right?
like a TV show, no.
Yeah, to run the show means you are the boss in that particular situation. So you can use this at the office as well.
Sure.
Well, I have a manager, but it's actually my coworker who runs the show.
Ah, yeah, unofficially.
Yes, exactly. All right, so this little 5-year-old girl, how sweet was she, huh? She was running the show at a state college in the States. Let's hear the story once again.
A 5-year-old was allowed to run the show at a state college in the US as part of a self-esteem program for girls. She taught students the importance of proper uniform and to put their phones away during class, among other things.
Thank you very much. Now the answer to your quiz question, please.
Yep, when someone is in charge of something, they number 2 run the show.
They run the show, and the Munhwa Sampungwan will go to 2093 Nim.